we're live now, and went black right as he went and said something. Oh, fun stuff. Welcome to Double Funnel TV this morning. We're going to try to go through a Kartra campaign. I think I'm going to have to log into a different space, though, if Scott can't show up. Look at this. I want to make sure I can be heard here. All right. I've got Scott is a black box. So, like, one of my jokes I like to crack is that I hate the word consultant. I hate it because it doesn't actually say anything. When you say you're just a consultant, you're a business consultant, marketing consultant, CEO consultant, HR consultant. I like, it's just a little black box that nobody understands. So y'all can't see this on the screen, but Scott is a black box. Let's see. I don't want to block him. I wonder if I get black box when I try to go see him.
I'm here.
Let's see.
It says I'm on the show.
Marketing. Love all the technical issues. This is, I think we were pointing out with Sean the other day about the time that everybody would give up or keep going in and out.
Yep.
And just keep pushing through. You could always chop it up later. So I've got one person here. Let me test sound. Is sound working?
It's working for you.
Working. All right, I've got Scott.
I'm here.
Sorta, but I can't hear Scott. Why can't I hear Scott?
I don't know.
Do you know why, Scott?
No.
Wait a second. Chrome. Oh, I moved it into another box.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Try. Oh, my sound's working.
I can hear
Let's see.
you.
Got too much open.
And Rayanne says,
I see that black box. I hear and see Scott. So,
hi, Rayanne. Jena just doesn't want to see me. Yes. I've seen you the whole time. Yes.
Thank you, Rayanne, for letting me know that, though.
Hi, Rayanne. I'm the only one here right now. Crazy.
What about now?
See, we're all writing you notes and all sorts. Are you getting the notes? Are you getting the live comments?
Hello?
Hello?
Maybe? No.
Hello?
Yes, I know that you hear both of us, Rayanne, but I can't talk to Scott if I can't see him or hear him. This creates an interesting problem on Be Live. I have to move to Zoom Be Live. You're killing me here. Killing me slowly. I wonder if I can. I'm afraid that if I reset it.
Yes.
So I got the same one. I got two black boxes.
That's way bizarre because I'm here. Oh, there I go. There she goes. Rayanne, why don't you and I just have a chat?
Yay! I can hear Scott.
She might be coming back.
It reset. Did that work?
And there's Jena.
Yay!
You can see. I've been here the whole time.
I know.
Rayanne has been here the whole time. You've been here the whole time.
You were just a little black box on my screen. It was so sad.
I'm just a little black mark in a lot of places.
I was actually able to, I copy pasted the link where my dashboard is into another window because I was afraid if I closed it out, it would go away. And then put that into a new page and it brought everything up and everything was fine.
Here, you know, it would be interesting. Thank you, Rayanne. That worked. It would be interesting to contact whomever at Be Live and actually show them some of this stuff because it's like, you know.
At the end of every broadcast, they actually ask you how the broadcast went.
Oh, really?
And you get to give it a star rating. And so, yeah, when it doesn't work, I tag it. and I let them know, like, this sucked.
This is a negative star rating.
This is a negative. You've only offered me between 1 and 5, but yeah, I give them like
I want -3.
I think, like, could you imagine if, like, on Yelp we could have negative stars?
Well, it's unfortunate because you do work. There's a lot of work that goes into this, believe it or not.
I know, it's crazy, right?
And it's unfortunate when you're working to do good work and some of this crud pops up. It's like just stupid.
It is.
So that would be a shame, as they say.
You know what? Some mornings are just that way. I was
Yes.
all excited, getting ready early. Not just on time, early. Yay.
Wow.
And then my son started puking. And good morning, Jeremy. We're pulled together here.
Or evening.
Yeah, morning for us.
Evening for you. Because it does change time zones going north to south. Kidding.
Yeah.
I had you thinking about it, though.
No, I was trying to think of how to not correct you online.
What? You think I made a mistake?
A mistake.
Well, the best laid plans, I mean, sometimes that's the way stuff happens. It's called life.
It is. I like it the way it is, though. A little fly by the seat of your pants never hurt anybody.
Nope. Very true.
You joining us in-house for membership meeting today?
I'm not going to make it today.
We're going to miss Dagmar?
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm not going to make it in-house. I will watch it on the screen. Yesterday might have lasted a little longer than anticipated.
I'm sure she appreciates the coaching, though.
And no, absolutely. Not saying it from that side, but it just, there's just some time critical stuff that has to be done.
Like what?
Like this book is really important, and kind of I'm at a fairly critical point in it, and so there's some things that have to be moved forward pretty quickly to accomplish what needs to be accomplished. Coming to realize more and more as I talk to more people and put more stories in and different things, how powerful this is really going to be for a lot of people.
What's the best format to give you a story? We said we were going to give you a work story, right?
Yeah. Word, typically. Some kind of doc. Not PDF. So
text.
I mean,
text.
No, not.
What is that text file? TXT file?
Not Notepad.
Oh my! Get some yellow notepad out and write the story out by hand, old school.
No, I meant the software Notepad, but no, it's what's really intriguing. So there was we had a mastermind on Monday. On Sunday. I was telling you about it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I shared with you that one of our participants was in an accident on the way to it.
Mm-hmm.
And, kind of did some figuring. And I probably went through that exact same spot maybe 8 minutes earlier than he did, where the accident was.
Oh, wow.
Where he was in that accident. But I saw the posts of the pictures from that accident today. Wow. And so it just kind of, again, it puts through your, number one, how blessed he was to come out of it. Because when you see the pictures, to have just a dislocated thumb and a sprained wrist, and I say he's phenomenally blessed to have just had that happen. Some of the people in the accident were not nearly so fortunate. So that's one side of it. And then the other side of it is the realization that, again, don't know exactly how many minutes prior, but, let's just say within 10 minutes of that incident, I was in that same place. So had it happened 10 minutes earlier, had I been 10 minutes later, there's so many different ways. And not trying to cause, but it's like the realization of, life is precious. And
It is.
that's really what this book is about, is,
That's what would be great to know. What would you say besides that sucks, right? I feel like I need to say that sucks a couple times.
I do. Well, understand there's 7 areas of life.
Well, when I say
And
that, like when I'm doing a professional story, I can say professionally, I've had a that sucks moment so many times.
well, that's really kind of part of the point of the book is, so I've had, that sucks moments across each of the 7 areas of life, number one, but I have had multiples in each. And quite frankly, most people have multiples. And as some of our friends would tell us, including Dagmar, she would say, and you're going to keep on having them until you learn the lesson you were supposed to learn in that area.
Sometimes the only way to stop having them is to die.
Well, we're always going to
handle them better, but
yeah. Well, that's the whole point. Is you learn to handle them better. You learn to look at them better. You learn to get through them better. You do whatever, and that's that's why it's so important. And I go back to September 29th, 2012, when I was on stage and I had I truly believed my professional speaking career was over. I thought that it was such a tragic set of events on stage in Denver that, I truly believed my career was over. And so got really upset on stage and yelled at God, which, hint, don't do that. It doesn't work. Well, it works, but you're not going to get the results you think. But the point is, looking back to that event and playing that through my head a fair amount lately, it's phenomenal as to what I learned from that. And that's what's, I think, the most, and as I look at it, that's why the book's now's the time.
Yeah.
It truly needs to come out, and it needs to share these messages, because my statement at that point, or my declaration, was the only thing I'm going to do is share messages of hope and inspiration, teach and train others to do the same, and build kingdom. And the fact is, teaching, and I thought about that, is teaching and training others to do the same. Does that mean speaker training? Possibly. But I think it's actually less than that, believe it or not. I think it's actually being the encourager that your story has value.
Being the encourager?
Well, being the encourager, giving you the structure and the format and the how-to.
I think I actually might have a great person for your book.
See, this is what's the point is, as soon as you start to encourage and share, all of a sudden people go, oh, I know somebody that has an amazing story that could really heal not only themselves, but others.
This particular one, I was doing my free week of social, and we weren't on Zoom. There were some problems, or something of that nature, right?
Right.
What screen did I put up?
Sales Navigator.
Oh, okay. I put up Safari over here. And then I was trying to find him. So I think I don't know if he's natively English or he speaks native Spanish. Kind of reminds me of Sean. He has a huge following, more in the South American, south of the United States
Latin
location.
America.
There we go. Latin America is the word I'm looking for. Gabriel Nahara. And he is a speaker. Let's see if I can find his business page here. There we go. Needless to say, he's had some hardship.
Yeah. No, that's cool because Nick Vucic, who has no arms, no legs, is a friend of mine. Who, yeah, no.
I mean, I remember doing the free week and it just took me back so far, like while I was like talking. But his logo here, so you can see the whole thing. If I can, you can.
Love it. And that's here's the thing that, again, the realization out of it all. And it goes back to what we trained on Saturday. If you go back and one of the stories with, Jack Canfield said, you've been granted talents and capabilities that most people don't have, the ability to stand in front of a room and share a message. And if you don't use that, you're robbing humanity, you're cheating humanity, you're being selfish. I mean, it's pretty in your face kind of thing, which I really appreciate out of him. But see here now, Jeremy's, sharing his story. So here's an example. Okay. What this book is going to become and what everything we're going to build around this book, because you and I have to talk about this because this is the next part of this, is an outlet for people like Jeremy to post their story. Not that Jeremy is a speaker or wants to go out and present their story or do whatever. That's kind of my job. That's my skill set, right? That's what those are the talents and capabilities I've been granted. And so it's really my job to kind of assimilate these stories and then be the guy who points to them. That's what this is all about. And that's what's, the further we work on it and the different things we do, that's what's showing up. Right?
Yeah.
And it's just like this. We didn't ask Jeremy for a story. But as soon as it touches you to the point where you go, boy, it taught me more than any other experience in life.
Right. I mean, that's a significant car wreck too.
No, exactly.
3, 4, 6, and 7 fractures. I don't even know what a hemiplegia is. I know what ICU is, though.
Well, I don't know exactly what hemiplegia is, but I'm going to suggest that it's probably either nerve issues or some paralysis or something.
Yeah, you know what? It's the one field that I'm not good at is all of the Latin medical.
But again, start to think through how much good we can do by sharing stories. By we can help veterans. They're not alone. We can help battered women. We can help. And again, it's not just, the point is we can help.
Right.
Period. And that's what it really comes down to. And so that's why this has to get out. And a big part of what I'm sharing is, paralysis on half. That's kind of what I thought it was, just understanding, because I do a lot in chiropractic. I understand what seat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are.
I got those. It's the other ones. I have no idea.
But anyway, so the point is, and we're at such a critical time in our world right now, in our culture, that people are being so there's been so much division and so much, well, you don't care. No, it's actually, I really think a lot of people care, but the messaging that people care isn't there. The message is we don't care. And the fact is the message is we do care. It's bad messaging. And so that's where.
This reminds me of Chicken Soup for the Soul books. But you hung out with Canfield, so.
Why do you think I hung around with Jack and Mark for, as much as I did for 7 or 8 years? Yeah, there's no, exactly. But it's a different kind, right? It's a
Right.
different kind, a different time. But yes, to a certain extent, it is. It's encouraged. It's time for that kind of encouragement again. And so, that's why it has to come out. And here's why, here's how I made these realizations. And not only did I go through one thing, not only did I go through 7 things, hell, I probably went through 15 things. Maybe I'm a slow learner. I don't know, but at some point you go, okay, well, let's share this. And whoever this positively impacts, it positively impacts. I got a friend going through cancer right now that is, oh my God, you would never, it's phenomenal to
I'm not
see
sure
the way.
that's the words that I would use.
Well, no, but I mean, his response to it is
Okay.
phenomenal. That's what I mean.
I think that's the only option.
It's not the only option, though. It
I
is an appropriate, I think it's the most appropriate option, but I don't think it's there's a lot of people that just, as soon as they hear the word, they just shrink and they fall over. And understandably, it's traumatic. Again, it's like when somebody, when this friends shared that his brother-in-law had a stroke like 5 or 6 weeks ago, but immediately I said, he's scared. And he goes, how do you know that? I've been there. You don't necessarily realize it at the time.
Yeah. No, I can
But
get
as soon as
that.
somebody says it, you've got an immediate piece of knowledge that other people don't have, right? So anyway.
No, you can keep going. I just figured I would work at the background while we told stories. Let's see. Jeremy came
Jeremy,
back.
you then go to work. I'll read what Jeremy said.
Okay.
He said Scott
I'm going to
touched
post
on
it up.
2. Well, you could do that too. He said Scott touched on 2 of the things that I hold dear: veterans and abused women. Having grown up in an environment and moved on to the police, spending time as a medical contractor in Iraq and Afghanistan. Well, thank you for that service. Those are the folks that we really need to help. Enough talk from me now. I'm just going to listen. No, Jeremy, I mean, but isn't it interesting that because we have this conversation, it has opened up more conversation. We've got a deeper understanding of you and your experience level. And that's, while it may or may not be your life's destiny to share this story, if you share it with me one time, it allows me to then share that story to serve other people.
Yep.
So that you can do what what your heart desires and what you're there for. And I really believe that's why you and I came together on this, is because we're going to create that digital presence of how to share these stories. Not only in the
No.
books, but
Yeah.
also in the digital presence.
I think it's yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd have you in office so we could talk, but I know on like Tuesdays too, like I'm so overwhelmed by members. Like on one side, I really like helping the small business owners. It's weird. You would think the smaller the business, the less help they would need, and the bigger the business, the more help they would need. But it's actually really the other way around.
Yeah.
And agencies figure it out generally really quick. The smaller the business owner, the less money they're making, the more help they need, the more hand holding they need, the more attention they need, the more problems they have, the more time you have to spend with them. It can be very overwhelming. And most agency owners actually ditch their small business owners.
Well, it's because, again, people get told you have to go after the dollars and you have to do, and I certainly get that and whatever. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, if we don't help those folks,
right?
entrepreneurialism is the heartbeat of of business.
Well, everybody wants to help the person who's already making $100K or $1 million. A lot of people don't even want to help the person making 100K. They just want to go straight to the 500, 750, 100,000, a million. And
Right.
I love my members. That's why we keep the membership inexpensive, but they are definitely the biggest time suck. Love you guys. But it is a major time suck.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that everyone's like, oh, I came to talk to you. And I didn't get to talk to you. I was like, A, interrupt me. Just walk on over there.
That's what you said to me last week.
I know. Like, it's just like, go, sometimes I need to be interrupted. Hey, I'm here to talk to you. Yo.
And just to touch on what Jeremy said, and Jeremy, I totally respect that. And that's the other opportunity that exists with this book, is because if you don't, first of all, the story is tremendously valuable, not only for you, but for other people. But the other side of that is, I understand many people don't want to talk about their stuff. And so that's why if they can get it out, that part's cathartic. And to have somebody else share what was learned from the experience, number one, you don't have to share it, so you don't have to relive it. But the knowledge gained from the experience can still become beneficial to somebody else, and ultimately to you. And so, again, there's zero desire to have anybody do anything they don't want to do or share anything they don't want to share. I get it. Because in this book, I'm sharing things that have never been shared before. And it's not easy. There's, and it brings back, sure, all that stuff floods back. But in the process, when you, like we had a live event Saturday, and I shared a couple different things. And the sharing of a couple different experiences that I had been through allowed somebody else to have a pretty significant breakthrough. And that's really cool. That's the cool part of it all. So that's why, again, you start to think through, well, how can you do this better? Well, one of the things you can do is you can have, a digital presence, right? And again, you personally don't always have to tell the story repeatedly. There are now, we could do videos, we could do interviews, we can do books, we can do
selling without selling.
Selling without selling. Absolutely. So what you creating there?
I am trying to create a template.
You're not trying to create, you are creating.
In Kartra. So little right after previous step. Next. In some ways I tried to make things easier, and some of it's just like it's one of those, there's a learning curve no matter what.
Well, it looks, again, it looks like EverWebinar or Webinar Jam.
It looks exactly, yes.
Which is good, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to that. What's interesting about all these different types of CRMs and email autoresponders is just how different they all are at accomplishing the same task. And everyone has a very different opinion of each one, depending on where they came from, right? Yeah. So what I'm doing is, one of the things I really like about Kartra is Kartra, ClickFunnels, trying to think if anybody else does it, is they do make sharing things incredibly easy. So I could very easily create a template and essentially sell it on the marketplace with Kartra. I don't even think ClickFunnels does that.
That's interesting.
I know, right? So, it has to be your content. So I did notice, I think I sent you the link just so you could go through the training for the book. But
yeah, I haven't gotten around to it yet, but yes.
I put it on while you listen to something else or while you're doing something else.
Okay.
because he does outline how to get your book done really, really quickly. And it's something that you could even kind of explain to other people to get their story out really quickly. Or it's something that you could work on them with doing an interview, because he talks about, instead of typing it out, just record it.
That's what
record
you do.
it, give it to somebody to transcribe it, and then he specifically, well, I basically summed up the whole thing here. Outline it, go through each one on the outline, and just record it. Hand it to a transcriptionist, and there's a couple places online that do that. And then don't even read that. Give it to an editor.
To a certain extent, that's what I'm doing with my book.
And
that's why it does. So I've got recordings of various things, and now it's taking the transcriptions of those recordings.
Uh-huh.
Jeremy,
But those,
I'll gladly chat with you, Scott. I might have more experience, some funny in a strange sense of humor kind of way. Others, well, stuff I've never shared, sadly, even with my wife. It's for a good cause, so that'll help.
isn't that funny? Like, even with my wife, like, I do the same thing. It's no judgment whatsoever.
No.
But there are things that we don't even share with the people closest to us.
Well, and Jeremy, you say it, if it's for a good cause, it is for a good cause. It's my belief is that, in fact, all things work for our good. All things are designed to serve us and typically serve other people. And if we hold them ourselves, they serve us. But if they've been meant to serve both us and other people, if we don't share it, then it only serves us. And so the cause is many times people, and I say it a lot in many of the talks I do, by a show of hands, how many of you don't know what you don't know? and the response is like at first the deer in the headlights, but then is it fair to say somebody knows what you don't know? Is it even possible that I might know what you don't know? We're only as broad as our experiences. And so you don't know what you don't know because you haven't learned it yet. That's it. It's not again, no judgment, no
judgment.
You're only as broad as your experience. I'm going to guess, and it's just a guess, that you know more things about South Africa than I know. I'm just going to guess that. I've got no proof of that, but you live there. I don't. So now I'm going to also guess I probably know more things about Texas than you know. Neither one of those makes us better than each other or whatever. It just, we know what we know. When Jena does digital marketing, Jena knows more about digital marketing than I know. Okay. I'm not upset about it. If I want to learn more, then I need to learn more. Then that's on me. But the point is that's possible. So that's why all of this becomes important. If we're so hung up on what we're supposed to teach each day in these recordings, we got a problem. A big part of this just becomes letting it fly. And it's every once in a while, there's a pretty freaking good idea that pops out.
Right. It's funny how that works out, right?
Novel concept, right?
Novel concept.
I mean, I just liked that page right there. I love the welcome to the community page.
Isn't that good for like a membership community type thing?
Well, I mean, that's what we're doing with U+1, right?
I don't know. Is it?
There are just days. There are just days.
Just days. Dear subscriber.
That is so personal.
It is super personal. I'm glad that you can see that. Let's see how I can.
You might want to personalize that just a hair more.
I was trying to see if it would just do it automated, like if I just click it, edit, paste and match style. So it got all short on me. I kind of liked that bold look.
And then you go all Greek on us, all Latin.
It's something. Laura ipsum is what I call it because it's always the same start. It's you copy paste and put it in there. Lorem ipsum.
Pretty sure it's Latin. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I was about to say, wait, no, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Well, now I'm just going to have to look that up.
Lorem ipsum. I wish I could just click and it would do it. I'm going to play around here. If I just click country, nope. Can I drag and drop? Nope. It's just a copy paste space. What is this thing? Picture, add an image, horizontal line. All right. Okay. So I was looking for the save button because the last time I hit color, it changed everything. I couldn't find a back button. So email background, canvas background. See, it did that. It went away. Kartra, why do you do this to me? I don't even know how to get back.
Just so you learn how to use it.
What is this nonsense? I got a gray image. Wait. What happened? It came back to me. I don't even know what that little arrow means, but it worked.
Aha. Originally from Latin, lorem ipsum has no intelligible meaning.
Wait. How can it be originally from Latin if it has no intelligible meaning?
Because it came originally from Cicero's work on the ends and goods and evils, on the ends of goods and evils. And it was translated. So there must have been some work that then did that, but it's basically used as dummy text. But I thought it's funny because I've heard somebody say, well, it's basically Latin, but it's fake Latin.
It's the fake. That doesn't even make sense. It is fake Latin.
It's fake Latin.
Fake Latin? I can't even find where I'm at. I'm laughing so hard. Edit, paste, and match.
It's done in the digital space to fill a void.
To fill a void. Yes, that I'm aware of. Latin. I've got your Latin.
It is. It's fake Latin.
Fake Latin. That's fake American. That's fake English. Wait. Now, is American fake English then?
Yeah. No, that's Alabama.
Alabama. Goodness gracious. I'm going to leave the subjects line. I want to make a true template here. Where was my original?
Could you pull in what you've done, or
so what I'm doing is I'm pulling in.
In essence, you're pulling in the template that you have in Active Campaign.
Yes. I guess the big deal. This is the digital marketers.
See, Rayanne agrees. Fake Latin to fill space.
Okay, fake Latin is the word I'm having issues with. You cannot fake Latin. It either is Latin or it's not.
I'm with you, Rayanne. I don't know what Jena's problem is.
I'm telling you. Fake Latin. I can't even believe something on the internet said that. So like I said, what does that mean about...
I said that. But I'm on the internet, so therefore I said it on the internet.
You said it on the internet. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Here we go.
I can't, dear.
All right, so this is going to be like a learning curve.
I'll be back.
You'll be back. He just left. Did you know that you could do that on a podcast? You can't leave on a live. Now I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm just a crazy person. Let's put some fake Latin in here. Dear first name, I got a couple section lines. Welcome. I'm actually going to put first name here. Welcome first name to company name. Here's where to start. You're in. Now let's get started. Subscription confirmed. Name is Jena Apgar, and I'm the enter your title here, enter your company name or website URL here. Why are you laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at you because we're having a fun conversation on the side as you're working. Jeremy says, as if Latin wasn't hard enough, somebody decided to fake it. I think it's just a fun. See, we just went on a little diversion here today. See the things you learn by coming to Double Funnel TV live.
I know, right? Fake
Jena and
Latin. Fake Latin. That's what you get. Deleting all your fake Latin.
Wow, look at that. You're just taking it out chunk by chunk.
It's all gone.
Is there it's what just hit me. Is there a standardized letter template anywhere that says greeting, body, secondary point, something like that?
What do you
that
mean?
Could be put into the, in other words, is there actually like a letter construction template?
You mean like what I'm building right now?
Well, yeah, like you're building, but I was just wondering if there was actually, I'm trying to make it easier on you.
I'm actually working off one from Digital Marketer that I've paid.
See, there you go.
Thousands of dollars for.
Okay, never mind.
I know,
it was just
right?
a question.
But it makes it nicer. So here's where I'm kind of going with all this. I did this with Active Campaign. I'm really loving Kartra. I'm not gonna lie this. There's a learning curve to it. I do like the all-in-one system. I'm trying to foresee a place where, like, I was trying to think of how would I stay with Active Campaign? Like, if I really loved Kartra, it includes email, would you stay with Active Campaign, right? And I think the answer is definitely yes, because of the sales capabilities. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, the Kartra just doesn't include a CRM, right? But I mean, it's got some pretty cool features. And that way, if anybody, obviously, as you may well know, I do these things called affiliate links, right? But if somebody signed up with my affiliate link, I could literally send them an email with a series of links so that they could import stuff from me.
Right. Well, as an agency, I think it makes sense to play across all platforms.
Oh, definitely, because everyone's got, like, I keep on getting a couple people with HubSpot, and part of me is like, why would you ever do that to yourself? But they have it, right?
Yeah. But I'm just saying that but you've got to kind of follow, as the entrepreneur, as the business owner, you've got to kind of follow one or the other or whatever. I was sharing it with you yesterday, in speaking, there are different philosophies.
Oh yeah, that conversation.
Yeah. And so it's kind of Kartra versus Kyvio versus ClickFunnels.
And all their different respective gurus.
Exactly. And everything that comes with that.
There's Jeremy. So, DM cheats make it so much easier.
No,
I will say this. Cheat using DM, but holy mother, holy goodness, blah, 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 curse word, curse word, curse word. Once you build it, do me a favor and go customize it just a little bit. Because the text and the words have been so overused, it's almost comical.
Well, and it's almost this part of that though is almost the same with anything. If you learn a certain speaking style, you
Notice it, man.
uh, it's funny. I remember walking up to a guy and go, "Oh, so you were mentored by,"
Mm-hmm.
and he goes,
How'd you know?
"No, no, I wasn't." And I went, "Well, let me just tell you, if you weren't, um, you have just said the vast majority of what he says. You know, so one of you learned it from the other one somewhere, right?" And so that's why, quite frankly, I actually have multiple mentors. Like with success, it's Jack Canfield, the success principles. There's 64 principles.
Why do you
You know,
say with success? Like, what makes that one success over another mentor?
well,
Like, what?
because that's what he's really known for is success principles. I mean, the book is the success principles, and there are 64 success principles, and he's done
Only 64?
there's probably more than that, but in the book, they refined it to 64, and it was really Janet Schweitzer and Jack Canfield co-writing that book that really refined it down to it's, in my opinion, truly the success Bible. I mean, if there's everything is kind of a derivation out of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in success, that's kind of the, if you're going to learn those, if you're really thinking about success principles, that's
Okay.
where you go. If you want to learn like money mindset, that's more of a T. Harv Eker kind of thing. That's really more of the financial thermostat concept and things like that. So while Jack and Janet touch on that, that's really more Harv Eker's focus in his program. Then if you wanted to go to sales psychology or the psychology of achievement, that's more of a Brian Tracy kind of thing.
I can't even
You,
keep up. How do you keep up?
well, you
Is it just you because you've worked with them so often? It'd be like me describing why would you go to Ryan versus Marcus versus, I don't know, Justin Rondo? Like you
well, I
just,
think it's interesting that you just said that because, and I had never thought about it until you just said it, but I think it's very much like I was just describing with you as an agency, as a marketing agency. I'm a business growth agency. I'm a sales agency. Right. And so I'm working with the various tools, just like you're working with various tools to accomplish certain things through digital marketing. I'm working with certain tools to help people through various mindset or various, process or action that they're taking from a sales presentation marketing thing. Now, so Harv Eker is a speaker, Brian Tracy is a speaker, Jack Canfield is a speaker. All those, they're all speakers, right? And yet, when it comes to speaking, I went to John Childers because John Childers was just the absolute epitome of, number one, we matched in philosophy, but we matched in style and things like that, and the way he presents and what he does. But that's what I'm saying. So
yeah.
now Nito Cobain would be very close to John Childers in approach. Some of the other people, and I won't mention their names because I don't want to, because their style is bang them in the head, drag them back to the table. I don't agree with that style, so I'm not going to tell you who even does it because I don't want you to even.
Lots of people do it.
Well, so do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You asked me. So what I did in my search and my growth over the years has been to find the best or the one who truly resonates with me within that category, and then be a complete sponge for them, of them,
Okay.
right? And follow that. I think there are too many. I, I think there's so many. So that was my strategy. My
Okay.
strategy was to pick out who I believe to be the best in that particular area, and then learn everything I possibly could about them and their approach on how they teach what they teach. Learn it so that I could then teach it as well. So, as an example, financially, there are a lot of people who follow. Really, it's funny. I was thinking about this morning. Mike Koval, and what he's done with Income Trader and teaching the stock market and teaching just some fascinating strategies that are time tested, proven, work so well. Um, uh, he's awesome, and not nearly enough people know about him, quite frankly. In the real estate side, there's a ton of people out there, but again, which one would you pick? You got to pick the one that works for you. So again, when it comes to real estate, you go to one person. When it comes to stock market, you go to one person. When it comes, find the expert in that area
That makes
and go
sense.
there. And so that's the point. It's kind of like when you get if Kartra has different capabilities or different reach than Kyvio, you need to know both, because you need to be able to respond when you need to reach. It's no
Yeah,
different
not
with a
even,
mentor.
yeah, I can get that. Reach and I would say capability. So there are things that I'll keep over at Kyvio, but there are things that Kyvio just can't do.
Well, exactly. So as an example, um, I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of an example.
Is the
Oh,
blower throwing you off?
yeah, partially. It's just, yeah. But part of it, no, I'm also trying to think. So Harv Eker is so in tune with the financial thermostat concept and being able to talk about your financial thermostat and whatever. And while finances are obviously very important and it's part of the success process, and while Jack Canfield touches on it, he touches on it. Harv
Right.
goes deep in it. Does that make
Okay.
sense? So it's the same
Yeah.
kind of, it's that reach, right? And, if that's why you diversify and you have all of it. It's not that you don't believe that this person is, quite frankly, I think it's when you think one person has it all that you actually, that's kind of the problem.
Interesting. I found a problem I don't like.
What's that?
There's no easy social media.
Yeah,
Headlines,
no.
text, content, image, buttons, videos, headers, hero sections.
Um,
Those are cool.
yeah,
Pre-done
no.
hero section. Call to action. Very cool still. You
Yeah.
gotta love, like, you can tell by going to some of these different platforms where their creators started.
Yeah.
Because it's so in your face, that you can tell these guys are obviously from the digital marketing world, like the internet, make money online
Right.
type of space.
Yep. No doubt.
It's can I click here maybe and change upload image? So upload image. I mean, I know there's icons, but it would just be one of those. It'd be easier if the icons were already
We're
included,
already
and I could
there. Yeah.
already see they're not centered. I don't even know how they did that. Because like right here, I would prefer a YouTube.
Yeah.
It just looks off center. All right, but it is 10:04, so we'll wrap it up.
Actually, the bottom one is centered. The top one is off center.
This one's off center.
Correct. The 3 is off center,
yeah,
not the 4.
That's what I'm saying, because I just deleted one from it. And so it all squished down.
Way to go. You ruined it.
I know, right?
Okay. It's 10:05.
10:05. I got like members or something coming into my office. I feel like I should probably prepare or something.
Yeah, go do that.
Go do that. Thank you, Jeremy and Rayanne, for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to get here more structured as we are going to be doing a special launch for existing Business Growth Network members. We'll have something special for you guys hanging around, and we'll talk with Scott and Sean, a couple of the other business consultants in our circle. But we're going to have a 90-day launch because I want the small business owners more so than anybody to get what they need out there.
Very cool.
All right. Bye, guys. Awesome. And we'll see you tomorrow on Double Funnel TV.
See y'all. Bye.
Bye.